Aujourd'hui, je vais parler de where to aim in that budget of yours to best flex our frugality muscles. Yep, simple as that. I thought about whether this topic fits into the FIRE category specifically, or just generally in life, and decided honestly it is more general life advice than trying to hit early retirement, right? Literally everyone can benefit from a more efficient mindset. Hey, XenPuck here. Another day not working for the man. Hey, occasionally it is my work day, so I don't get to just pretend every single day of the week is a Saturday. Just 6 out of 7. I do spend 1 day a week writing these, and if they don't come easily, I don't write them at all. Anyway, tangent done. Today's topic is very dear to my heart because I've always thought of myself as frugal, and yet, okay, I know I'm actually kind of bad, seeing as there are reality TV shows about cheapskates, and I'm very, very far from that, okay? After all, I do have a Valentino suit and a Thom Browne smoking jacket. So, yeah, could even be accused of being fancy occasionally. Okay, humblebrag done. Okay, my point is, I think it's almost always a good idea to flex our frugality muscles, though. And often in my previous life of having a corporate career, I heard complaints about, people not knowing where to cut costs, as if there's some big mystery, okay? Let me fix that easily. I'm guessing maybe over time I'll think of more items, but for now, let's start with 3 main categories. Oh yeah, comment, like, and subscribe and all that social media jazz if you want, because you're kind and smart, of course. Or whatever. I mean, I'll be great regardless. Okay, so category 1 of things that you don't need. Too much clothes, aka fast fashion, aka clothes for fun. Now, I'm making exceptions for people who need clothes for work, obviously. Whether it's a real uniform or an implied uniform like a suit, can't help those. If you're on the job, sure, gotta look professional, right? That's not really negotiable. However, I'm talking about the general American attitude of having so much clothes that you need a walk-in closet for. Let me be clear. If you do have that much clothes, there's a great chance that you haven't worn a great percentage of them for months, if not years. I'd suggest cutting your closet stash by 75% immediately. That's 3 out of 4 items, okay? The thing I hate most really is fast fashion. Do not go buy a bunch of cheap clothes that looks good for 3 months and will break after the first wash, okay? That is how giant clothing conglomerates get you. Now, to be clear, I'm a dude, so frankly I can't speak for ladies of the world who want to keep ahead of the trends. To me, as a dude, trends are simple to deal with. Just ignore the trends. Go get yourself a black suit, a navy suit, a charcoal suit, a suit with pinstripes, maybe a double-breasted jacket, and you're pretty much done, okay? And add that, maybe 10 dress shirts with long sleeves in different colors, and you are once again done. Replace what breaks, and all this can be accomplished within a year or 2. Okay, take care of your stuff by quality. Quantity is the route to financial ruin, right? Maybe it'll take a while to find out your preferred maker of each of these items, but once you figure it out, shopping should be incredibly easy. I mean, again, as a dude, that works for me. The only thing I replace regularly really are socks and underwear. Okay. Category 2. Eating out, specifically on a weekly really basis, because that implies the quality of the type of places you're going to. Mainly, I aim my ire at kind of mid-range restaurants, right? I phrase it so because if you go treat yourself on a monthly or quarterly or yearly basis, there's a great chance that you'd actually remember the meal that you had, right? The rarer the occasion, the more feeling that it's a real treat, right? The bad kind of eating out, though, is eating out when you're too tired from work type of eating out. Believe me, I used to do this. I count getting takeout in the same vein, right? I can't recall how much takeout or mid-range places that I've been to because I'm lazy or tired, and guess what? I don't actually remember any of the things that I've actually eaten. Eating like that just makes me wish meals can be had in pill form, right? There's no enjoyment out of these types. Okay. And acceptable meals, I'd say, like, you can replace anywhere you go on a regular basis with home cooking instead, right? Looking at you, avocado toast, the bane of millennials' existence, seriously, like, why the heck anyone would pay like $10 to $15 for something on a toast that can easily be replicated at home is totally beyond me. And yes, those costs do add up and absolutely do represent why an entire generation of people are thought of as not being able to afford homes. Yep, I've said it before and I'll say it again. It is avocado toast. Not the actual item itself, but the attitude that it represents. Paying $15 for basically $1 worth of ingredients is complete and utter stupidity. Now, once again, I will make exceptions for restaurant foods that you can't actually reasonably replicate at home, like any deep fried items, or items that takes days to marinate or smoke or whatever. But those should be had rarely for actual health rather than financial reasons anyway. Different story for a different day. Now, point number 3, finally, categories we can all skip out on is memberships or subscriptions or any recurring cost items that you have an actual low usage rate on. Oh man. This one actually drives me bonkers, right? Most people know how hard it is to get out of a gym membership because we all would like to think we'll go to the gym once we pay for one, right? Yeah, no. Any gym with, let's say, 100 machines would have sold probably 1,000 freaking memberships. And even then, most gyms are mostly empty most of the time. This tells you how few people use those memberships, right? And yet, some money bleeds out of your account every single month. Recurring costs will always be the one that gets you. So I'd say the way to avoid this is just look at your actual usage rate. Could be a gym, could be a streaming service, could be a makeup box. That last one is about my wifey, obviously. I joke with her all the time about all these little Birch boxes that contains makeup samples she gets. They stack up over the months and she barely even opens them. So when another new one comes, I would ask her, hey, can I just throw this straight into the trash? Okay, I kid. Okay, I'm not gonna throw away other people's stuff. However, the point remains, right? If she actually cared about these makeup samples, you would think she'd be excited to, actually open one of these rather than just stack them in a pile, right? I can't say our own household is perfect on this regard, right? I know where the fat is to trim if that becomes really necessary. And for most of us, we should just be thinking about trimming all the fat wherever we can find it, right? Now, at the end of the day, cutting expenses may not seem fun, but I want most people I'm speaking to understand that half the battle is just about the mentality itself, right? Why pay for things that will go out of style in a month? Or pay for the stuff that you don't use or won't remember. This is the definition of not being intentional with spending, right? Buying stuff is how, we keep the economy going, and I'm not against the idea of buying stuff or spending entirely. After all, I admitted right at the beginning that I have some really fancy clothes. And those are clothes that I can literally recall wearing in every single specific occasion, right? Same with food. I've spent thousands of dollars on singular meals, and it was totally worth it because those were aspirational. Now, is your weekly diner drop-in aspirational? And right now, we pay for more than half a dozen streaming services because I love junky TV, right? And that's okay as long as I'm actually renewing the ones that I'm actually using, right? And as long as I'm reviewing which ones I might not be using, right? Pay for things that actually matter to you. That's my point, not anything else. That should be an easy model to remember and live by, right? Anyway, cheers. A la prochaine.